Hello people, just wanted to share with you a field day that I did today and using some software from our friends at Garaffa, a Utah-based company that develops iPhone applications, GIS and GPS applications for iPhones, and using their GPS kit today for my tour, so I was able to plot waypoints along the way. The software allows you to download maps and record tracks, and if you want to put waypoints along the way as well. So we started at the mouth of Big Cottonwood Canyon and did our usual carpooling from the 7-Eleven there. Here's my buddy doing the carpooling, and continued on up over to the mouth of Big Cottonwood. Another friend of ours came by and picked us up. Was able to give us a lift over to the mouth of Little Cottonwood Canyon, and we did some more carpooling from there and continued on up the canyon to Alta, to the Alta Guard trailhead, where we started up the Flagstaff Ridge. We stopped off at the Atwater snow study plot. This is the oldest snow study plot, continuously used snow study plot in North America, and the folks at UDOT, Liam and the rest of the boys, are kind enough to share that with me for an ongoing near-surface fasting research project that I am working on. So we stopped off there and took a look at the data loggers, made sure they were all still in place, and continued up the hill after that. Flagstaff Ridge is quite bare of snow. It actually was not too bad of a walk up there. The ridge line actually looks somewhat like the Google Earth image. Not a whole lot of snow there. Looks a little deceiving, but actually pretty easy walk up there still. And we just hiked the last little bit on rocks. Once we got to the top, we looked into Days Fork and decided to descend down Two Dogs, which is the north-facing shot right on the backside of the Flagstaff Ridge there. And I stopped in the middle of Two Dogs to poke around in the snow. Most of the snow in that north-facing aspect there is quite faceted and punchy right to the ground. However, there are a few spots that are still supportable in the mid-pack where there's some semi-strong snow, but for the most part, pretty unsupportable. Lots of deep facets, or lots of facets, even in some of the deeper locations there. From there, we continued on over to the east aspect of Days Fork, continued up towards where the avalanche occurred in Main Days, and we did take a quick look at the snowpack here. A little bit different. It was a stout melt freeze crust with very weak snow underneath. Very weak faceted snow. It's a little tricky with these crusts out there. This is again on an east aspect. It's a little tricky because these crusts are going to allow the new snow, whenever it comes, to build up perhaps a little deeper before releasing. And it's going to throw a variable into things. But make no mistake that there's lots of weak faceted snow down below these crusts here. Some of the bigger grains that I've been finding, as a matter of fact, these are nice striated advanced facets, up to about 4 millimeter in diameter, so pretty good sized grains and very, very loose underneath those crusts. The crusts are not exceptionally strong. Some of them are stout, some of them are more breakable, and they're definitely going to be a little tricky once we put some more snow on top of them. Anyway, from there we continued on over to upper Main Days, where this avalanche was triggered, up here at the top of the slope there, and not a real big pocket, but interesting nonetheless. And took a look at the crown and the flank, looking at the looking for the weak layer, and not surprising, faceted grains that have that were formed and have been buried, and fairly good size grains there, 2 to 3 millimeter in size. Some of them a little bit smaller up in the crown. This was from down on the flank, pretty nice size faceted grain that's been buried and acting as a weak layer there, and I expect to see more of that type of avalanche activity once we start putting snow on the pack there. From there, we didn't do a whole lot more. We just descended down into Days Fork, kind of poking around through the bottomless faceted snow, and we just exited out to the bottom of Days Fork to the Spruces campground down in the near the Big Cottonwood Highway there. So that was my day, and hopefully you got something out of it. Talk to you later.